thank you. It is Monday the 10th of September, and thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. The site here is kept free of charge by you coming back and viewing the videos, and by using the charts and using the other information that's available here on the site. By seeing an advert that you like and clicking on it, that's what generates revenue for us, and it keeps the site free of charge as well. So thank you for doing that, and don't forget to tell your friends about us. You can follow us on Twitter, Twitter and also Facebook as well. Now this is the 7 to 10 day mean forecast chart from the ECMWF on the left here and the GFS model on the right. This is the chart that ends on the 20th of September, and it's for the 3 days from the 17th to the 20th of September. It gives you the mean of the 500 millibar flow, and 500 millibar is really useful when it comes to things like medium-term forecasting and long-term forecasting, because it gives us an indication as to how the atmosphere is performing, and it gets rid of lots of the perturbations that you get at lower levels. Now when we compare the models at 7 to 10 days, it's useful just to do it because it gives us an idea of how consistent the models are. And you can see here ECMWF has got certainly making more of this trough out in the mid-Atlantic. Starts off west of Iceland, west of Iceland, and you notice that the GFS has got the trough on there as well, but it's not as deep. The blue colours here indicating that the ECMWF sees the blue colours meaning that heights are well below normal for the time of year, whereas the GFS really just hinting that heights will be near normal, and they've both got a ridge look off the eastern coast of the States. Now, despite the ECMWF showing the trough as a deeper feature, actually these two are very, very similar. Notice the ridge linking here, this cross-polar link here between the ridge off the western seaboard of the States going into central parts of Asia. This is quite an interesting link across here too, and it's interesting to see how that affects the weather over the coming weeks. So we can have pretty good confidence in the forecast between these two at the moment. ECMWF actually has better resolution, and it's this one that I tend to favour overall. GFS gives you a good indication, but what it tends to do is to smooth things out a little bit too much, which is what, in effect, it's doing here. But that leads us nicely onto the next set of charts. These are the charts from the PSU eWall site, and they are, you can see the validity times here. These are the GFS ensemble 500 millibar flow charts, and anomalies on the left hand side here. And as we go through these, what I want you to notice is, look, here's the deep trough that we have at the moment west of the UK. Watch what happens to this ridge, look, as we go forward in 12-hour steps. Notice the trough clearing eastwards of the British Isles, but look how that ridge is building in here out towards the west. Look, here it comes with above normal heights. Now also notice as these heights build, this is what I find fascinating about the weather. Look, as these heights build because of the pumping northwards of cold air, of warm air, meeting the colder air coming in from the north, just look how close together the height lines are here. This is an absolute screaming jet stream coming across the Atlantic here just north of Scotland. So the ridge builds through the British Isles, look, but the jet stream comes in as well, as a real battle takes place between cold air to the north, warmer air to the south, and this is what brings us some very strong winds this week. So there we are on Friday, look, but then by the weekend, look, heights are building and the jet is starting to get pushed back further north of Scotland, and so we see this ridge of high pressure building in across the country. The higher heights are there, and notice how the trough, look, we've got another trough that's developed out towards the west of the country, but that trough is almost stationary, look, west of the country. It does eventually get in, although it really is some time before that gets in. I mean, really we're looking well into the sort of 20th, 21st period before that trough actually makes it through the country. There we go for the 21st, and I think this is probably a little bit quick. So if we look at the ECMWF forecast charts, there we go. This is the ECMWF forecast chart. I was showing you this yesterday and saying that I preferred this. In fact, I've been preferring this model for the last few days, that those of you who have watched will know. And this is the chart for midnight on the 14th, so that is midnight on Friday, and you can see here this strong westerly flow we've got. There's the ridge, look, in the 500 millibar flow we've just been looking at. Here's the jet stream blowing across the north of Scotland. The colours there close together indicating where the jet stream is. Now watch what happens to the ridge. Just look at that. The ridge is building because warm air is pumping northwards all the time up here. So we've got warm air coming in off the Atlantic, pumping northwards, and the effect of this is that it builds the ridge further north all the time. It squeezes the cold air up here from the flow that's coming down from the poles, strengthens the jet stream to the north, but this ridge is just consistently, look, building its way northwards, and there it goes. Now we've got this deeper trough digging into the west by the time we're getting into the 17th and 18th, so this is getting into the beginning part of next week. And what's going to be interesting to see how this trough influences the ridge, because the ridge is still there, look, even into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. We've got this southerly flow, so the ridge is still there, maintained by the warm air, and this trough really is trying to battle its way through that ridge, but it's finding things pretty tough. Even by Wednesday of next week, the 19th, it's still struggling. By the 20th, the Wednesday, and also that lasts into the Thursday as well. So you see here how ECMWF still maintains this ridge across central and eastern parts of the country with a trough down to the west. Now what I think could happen here is that this effectively, with this ridge building in, brings us dry conditions through next week. I think what's going to happen here is that this trough will elongate south down here. The ridge will get buckled through and continue to build northwards, and I think what we need to watch for here is this little area here, this coal pool getting cut off and sinking southwards. That could bring more disturbed weather towards the end of September, with high pressure building to the north of Scotland by then. So effectively that high gets squeezed up to the north, the high builds to the north of Scotland, bringing some fine conditions up here, but with the low sinking south into Europe, it could be that more southern parts of England and southern parts of Wales turn more unsettled towards the end of the month. That's the way I'm thinking about things just at the moment. But let's come back to the present time then, and this is the chart for 7 o'clock this morning, as it was this morning. Got a front out towards the west of the British Isles and low pressure east of Iceland. Now that front has been dragging its way eastwards through today. I think during this afternoon it'll get quite heavy, the rain across northern England and central parts of the Irish Sea, and then through tonight I think that rain will drag its way eastwards through the rest of England and Wales. So there will be some spots of rain around during tonight across England and Wales, some showers following then into the west. By tomorrow I think the front is cleared eastwards. We'll find sunshine and showers for northern and western parts of the country. I think generally dry across central and eastern areas, but windy across northern Scotland with some gales here, and certainly much colder for all of us. By tomorrow evening we're starting to see another little trough just moving its way into the west of Ireland. This is going to be zipping eastwards overnight into Wednesday, and I think what that will do is bring some pretty hefty bursts of rain across southern Scotland and northern England, possibly also Wales and southwestern England too, but we need to keep an eye on that one. It'll clear eastwards through the course of Wednesday, and then we'll find a ridge of high pressure building in, and that brings fair conditions across much of England and Wales through Thursday. However, across Scotland we've got severe gales, we've got heavy rain coming in on that westerly wind affecting western coast of the country, and it looks as if those strong winds really do last through much of Thursday, and they last into Friday as well. Although I think through Friday afternoon we should find things easing off. For Friday afternoon, sunshine and showers across northern and western coast, but notice what's happening here. Look, the ridge is building into the west as we head into the weekend, and there it is for Sunday. Look, for Saturday, quite a nice day on Saturday. High pressure centred over the south of the country should bring some good sunny spells to most of us. I think increasing cloud for Western Ireland and Western Scotland, but generally it looks as if most places will be dry, fine, warm and sunny, although it could be quite a cool start to the day, but daytime temperatures could get up into the low, even to the mid-20s across southern parts of England. And then into Sunday, well, high pressure is off towards the east. Look, the GFS is coming in line. For those of you who saw yesterday's video, well, no, I was talking about this, how the GFS was falling in line with the ECMWF. Look, it's got high pressure out towards the east. It's got southerly flow. It's bringing warm conditions again. There could be some cloud and rain for Western Ireland, but for most of us, it looks dry, warm and sunny again through Sunday. Now what the GFS can tend to do is be a little bit quick in clearing out high pressure, and I think that's what it's tending to do here, but the story is about right. What it does for Monday, so this is a week today, what it does is it brings in this southerly flow, keeps us warm, fine, dry and sunny once again, but it keeps a trough look out towards the west. Now this is pretty heavy rain that develops in the trough out to the west, but remember we saw this trough that was trying to get eastwards, and in fact I can bring it up here again for you. Where are we? There we are. It was this trough, look here, in the 500 flow that's trying to get eastwards, but it's meeting this ridge out to the east, so it's deepening all the time, and as it deepens it slows down and it strengthens, and it's that that's causing this heavy rain to form. Now, what I think will happen is, I suspect this gets stuck out to the west of the country for some time, probably up to the 21st, 22nd-ish, and then it will start to gradually move southeastwards into France. It was then that I said high pressure builds up here towards the north, and I think that probably brings a drier end to the month through Scotland and Northern Ireland, but southern parts of England probably go damper as this low moves in from about the 24th or 25th onwards. We'll have to wait and see, but that's where I think things are going just at the moment. So hopefully that's been useful for you. Thanks again for watching. As I said at the beginning, we're all kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen here. So if you see one you like, do click on it, go through to the advertiser. But by simply being here and using the adverts and using the charts, that generates the revenue to keep the site free of charge. So thanks again for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.